Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our program brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. Tennessee opens with the insects from the Institute, as Leonard Sluicer used to say, tomorrow night in Atlanta. But if you've got insects in your institute, around your home or anywhere else, yellow jackets, termites, ants, spiders, you name it, Southeast Termite and Pest Control are the folks who can fix the problem for you. Locally owned, family owned, Southeast Termite and Pest Control. Want to remind you that today we have an overtime segment coming up on at sportsource.tv. We've been asking you to tweet your questions. I've seen we've gotten a bunch, so we're going to have all of our VFLs hang around after the show. We'll do 15-20 minutes of just answering some of your questions. We will put those up online a little later today. Also want to remind you, coming up next weekend and every weekend, we're always with you. The Pigskin Panel, that's on WNML AM and FM 990, 99.1. That's Fridays at 4 o'clock. The Sports Source Kickoff, Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. on Fox 43. And the Sports Source, of course, next Sunday, 11 a.m. right back here. We'll be breaking down the Indiana State game a week from today. So you can see a bunch of us. You can hear a bunch of us on the radio, see a bunch of us on those two TV stations. But before we get into the picks, I did find a video clip that I think ties into tomorrow's game.
Oh my God, bees, millions of bees. Air Search 2-8 to base. Bees, millions of bees.
Bees?
Yes, they're all around me now. All over the canopy, trying to get in.
Well, get above them, man. Take it up.
I can't, sir. I am losing power. Oh my God!
All right, so Michael Caine. 1978, that is the Swarm. My question is, will Tennessee get taken down by the Yellow Jackets, as we saw there, or will the Vols take out the Yellow Jackets? Chuck, you routed. 2 years ago, you guys tied. Last year, it was a rout.
Well, actually, I won 2 years ago. But that's okay.
Overtime.
No, you won the regular season. The bowl allowed him to tie.
Okay.
I've still got it's on tape on YouTube if you want to watch it. All right. Always finding a way to cheat. What I want to ask you guys, though, and let me go ahead and tell everybody this first. What we're going to do is, once these guys make their picks, we're changing it this year. We're not just going to say I'm with Sterling or I'm with Chuck. We have to give our own numbers, and that's how we find out if we're closer to Chuck or closer to Sterling. So we're all on the record. Chuck Cavaleris, you won. You're the reigning champion. What's your Cavaleris line in about 30 seconds?
These first games are so tough to pick. Series history, Tennessee leads 24-17. Games only played 2 miles from Georgia Tech campus. Tennessee needs to get off to a good start against this type of team. Big finish by the Vols. Cavaleris line, Vols win by 7.
Okay, Chuck says UT by 7.
I'll take that.
Sterling Hinton, where are you going?
Well, I'm going a little bit high. You know me, we got to reach for the stars. This is very serious, baby. I mean, I wore 16. That number's retired. The other guy wore 16. So guess what? I got Georgia Tech 17, Vols 33. Vols by 16 this week and next week.
Vols by 16. I'm gonna be closer to Chuck. Okay, let's start down there. Josh Waterfield, what are you doing? And don't know if these will show up on camera, so I'll just read them out loud if we get them.
Tennessee by 4.
Okay, he's got the Vols by 4. Josh is closer to Chuck.
Tennessee by 4.
Will Overstreet, same thing.
Tennessee by 4.
Jimmy Himes.
Wow.
What do you got?
Jimmy copy
I
me.
break the streak. Georgia Tech by 1.
Okay, you're also closer to Chuck. And so am I. I got, there we go. I got Georgia Tech by 2. Just the linebackers is the reason. If you
last year's defense is really
well, that's part of it. I mean, here I will say this though: Tennessee was so good in the red zone last year, and Georgia Tech has this bend don't break defense. If Tennessee takes care of the business in the red zone, I think they win. But I don't think they can do it at the clip they did last year. Daniel Hood, who are you going with here? You got wow. Hold that up and let people see that again. Tennessee by 23. So Daniel goes with Sterling. All right, what do we got? Tennessee by 6 from David Ligon.
Yeah,
all right.
pretty good pick, David.
Very good. So we've got Sterling and Daniel at 16 and 23. Then we've got Chuck at 7, Josh at 4, Will 4, Jimmy 4, David Ligon at 6, Bob at -1 for Georgia Tech, and -2 for Georgia Tech. We'll see how it goes next week. Gentlemen, Thank you all for being here. We look forward to an exciting year 15 of the Sports Us, our 15th season of doing this. Once again, wouldn't be possible if we didn't say thanks to not only all of our sponsors, and it's a great family of clients we've got on there. We appreciate you visiting them and supporting them because they support us. But we have to say thanks to you. I mean, we don't get here if we're not the top-rated show in town for sports, and you make us that week in, week out. Love you for it. Thank you very much. Thanks to Chuck Cavaleris, David Liggins, Sterling Hinton, Daniel Hood, Bob Hodge, Jimmy Himes, Will Overstreet, Josh Ward. Thank you. See you next week.
The Sports Source is brought to you by Fast Frame with Heather Whiteside art now available.